Hello everybody and welcome back to Terraria Hardcore Master Mode 1.4 point whatever it is now, 2 I think is what we're on. It's been a while since I have done this series, and the reason why is because I got super busy with like Cyberpunk and a bunch of other stuff coming out, and then I got so overwhelmed with, you know, all of the videos that I needed to put out that weren't Terraria that I fell behind, and then I got out of practice with Terraria. So in order to get back into it, in case you're just now returning to the Hardcore series, or maybe you've been watching the Hardcore series and now you're up to this point and you don't understand the huge gap between the past video and this one. Well, I did a whole series on modded Terraria in between that last episode in Hardcore and this one now, because I wanted to get back into playing Terraria, like the feel of it, the energy of it, because when it comes to doing Hardcore, you gotta kind of feel it out. You gotta be ready for it. So I played all the way through Calamity as a mage in Terraria with Revengeance mode, and I'll tell you what, that was difficult. That was really difficult. That was harder than what we're doing here. Now, obviously, we weren't playing Hardcore, but I felt like I learned a lot about the game and how to maneuver and a bunch of stuff like that. So I feel like we're in a better position to push forward and take out Plantera, because that's what we were going to do, right? So we have our Plantera arena, but right, time has passed and I am reconsidering this arena. Like, I got my Plantera bulb here, which is nice because it's right next to that. But I know I have a couple more nearby that I've seen, so I'm not too concerned. I think there might even, no, that's Crimtane. There's one around here somewhere soon, or somewhere close. I don't remember quite where it was, but I remember seeing one. The thing is, this arena, not gonna work. This arena is way too small. I'm gonna have to grow it. But what I'm gonna do to make sure is I'm gonna bring a different character. I know this is, it's not cheating, but just bear with me for a second. I'm gonna bring a different character into this world, and I am going to test Plantera out in this arena and see what adjustment I need to make before I even fight Plantera. Because I am not a big Plantera fighter. Like, it's not one of those ones that I've done a lot of. So I kind of want to just check and make sure with the adjustments we need to make there. Second, in order to prepare for Plantera, we're gonna jump on a different character, my journey mode character, and we're gonna just fight Plantera a bunch and just figure out what I need to do. So that's gonna be the first step. Then we're gonna do the arena setup before we even fight it on this character, just to get back into it, because there has been such a gap between the last episode and this one. Even though I've been playing a bunch of Terraria, I just want to be on top of my game. You know what I mean? So we're gonna look at what we've got going on here. We have all the Chlorophyte stuff. I think it's funny that it's been so long. It is what? It's April? We're in April of 2021. The last time I played, I had gotten this. So that was back like around Halloween of 2020. We have the Chlorophyte gear, Ranger gear. Okay. We've got our Frozen Wings. We've got our Worm Scarf. We got the Brain of Confusion, Shield of Cthulhu, Terra Spark Boots, Molten Quiver, and Charm of Myths. I think the Charm of Myths is actually one that I could potentially swap out, but it's still quite good. You know what I miss? I miss mods. I really do. I do miss looking and having a button to hit to tell me, you know, what I need for like certain things. Because this isn't a material, but it would be nice to, you know, be able to look at all of this stuff and see what I could make with it or potentially upgrade there. And then we're using the Chlorophyte shot bow. So we can basically take that knowledge into our journey mode character and just replicate this character. So we have like relatively the same gear. And then with Plantera, it'd probably end up using holy arrows, I think. Ichor would not be bad because it reduces the defense, but I think holy would be better because then you're killing like the little like grippy things that Plantera throws out. So here I am on my journey mode character. Our jungle is off over here, and you see that because I've already played through on this world. I do have an arena set up. It is slightly bigger than the one we have in our hardcore world, though I think I probably would prefer a little further out, like off over this way, but I'm not going to mess with that because obviously I've killed Plantera on this character. All right, so first thing we need to do is open up this stuff and get all of the gear set up. So what was it? Chlorophyte armor. It was the, you know what? I could probably just go ahead and see. I had the hallowed stuff on here because I was utilizing that for testing when I was using hallowed armor. So we need the chlorophyte shot bow. We need the that's okay. There's ranged. We need the legs and we need the chest. So boop, boop, boop. Do I have holy arrows? I do, so I could just swap these out and not have to worry too much about that. Oh, I already have, basically, yeah, I already have the accessories that I need. I don't think I need the frost wings, although they did nerf the leaf wings. Can we get rid of that? So let's go, oh, what was it called? Frost, that's right. Do I have frost wings? No, but maybe I have some other wings that are comparable. All right, we're on master, right? Personal power menu, God mode's off. You gotta make sure, not that I played through this world with God mode on. I think that God mode is just kind of nice when you're trying to build stuff. That's really the only time I ever use it in journey mode. So I don't know if anybody else is like that. When you play journey mode, do you turn God mode on for building, or do you do it for other things? Be interesting to know. Right, I have all of that. I switched to angel wings. And yeah, what is the current threat? What current threat do I have before I can use? Why? I don't understand. What's the current threat? Do I have a boss or something going on? Well, that's unfortunate. I don't know what the current threat is. And what makes that even worse about not knowing is I don't think I'm going to be able to even get Plantera to spawn if I don't know what the current threat is. Well, crap. I'm going to have to figure that out. I just got an achievement, quiet neighborhood. I don't know what that was for. Maybe I went through a graveyard. They added new achievements with the latest update. That's also something I should mention is that this version of Terraria, if you didn't know, has the ability to use Steam Workshop. That doesn't mean that you can use mods, but it does mean that you could use like texture packs or resource packs, or you download custom maps where, like, there's a really good one for doing golfing and everything like that. So if you haven't seen, there is a video up on the channel for, I think it is 1.4.2, but if you want to play modded, you definitely do just need to download Tmod Loader. That's not updated to 1.4 yet. It's kind of unfortunate, but if you're interested in watching the entire modded playthrough, I will put a link in the comments, and then you could just go watch through the playthrough for that. Get yourself caught up on where I am gameplay wise. You know, if you've been watching through the hardcore series, you got to this point. You know, I got news for you. There is a lot more Terraria on the channel for you to enjoy. You know, this is a tiny arena. Oh my goodness. I don't like this one bit. Poof. I think that I don't know if I would do a Plantera fight in a tiny arena like this. Also feel like super slow. Do I even have? I don't know why. Maybe just modded. I'm really used to the extra movement speed there. Okay, well, I guess what we could do is we can get a Plantera to spawn, and then we can run down over here and see how this goes. But at this point, I'm not expecting much. Do I want to go with some buffs here? Let's. I was trying to find and see if there was like a Plantera summon, but I don't know if there is. I don't remember. So let's find some of our buffs, right? Let's get a swiftness potion. Let's move the armor that I was using before. We can get rid of that crossbow and the wings and the other crap that I don't need currently on this character because I've got it all researched. So we have, what is it? Swiftness, that'll help. Endurance for sure. Oh, I've got them all here. Never mind. I don't even need to worry about that. I didn't even realize that I had a bunch of buffs on the bottom of my bar. Look, it'll work. Actually, do we have? No. So the one that is gonna matter here that I don't have, but will make a difference if I am using it on one character but not the other, is the archery potions. Is that what it's called? Hunter potion? No, definitely not hunter, not danger sense. Maybe I just haven't researched them. I think that's probably the case. Oh well. I don't feel like I necessarily need it, but it would make things a little bit more accurate as to what they would be. All right, let's break this. And let's see. Oh, okay. This is bad. I need to. No, I'm in such a bad spot right here. Let's go this way. I think this is going to allow us to. No, please. Game. Just let Plantera follow me. Ah, crap. I'm going to need to go straight down. Because I don't have a connecting path here. And I'm going to take a bunch of damage. This sucks. Please, get to the hole. Just get to the hole before Plantera gets to me. All right, cool. That went well. Let's not do that when we actually summon Plantera for the first time in hardcore, because that would have been super bad. So far, what am I getting hit by? The projectiles that Plantera shoots out. I'm not too concerned about that. I think as long as I have a big enough arena, I could just kind of do circles like you see me doing here. Although my wing time is quite low compared to what I'm used to in whatchamacallit, in modded. So that kind of sucks. This arena is tiny. I am gonna need a bigger arena on hardcore, but I will test it out, see if it is big enough. I think that'll be the best way to do that. Just to kind of gauge whether or not our arena over there, was going to work in the first place, because I think I'm just going to make it bigger regardless. But I want to find out. All right, so this is where the holy arrows come in, right? Also, we need to make sure that we're using our hook. And if I had a Rod of Discord, I think we'd be far better as far as keeping away from the boss is concerned. But so far, so bad. Well, you know what? Glad we weren't doing that on hardcore. Oh, I figured out the thing that was going. Okay, I see. Okay, let's take a mirror. The reason it was like you must defeat the current threat is because apparently there's a pirate invasion going on, but I had enemy spawn rates turned off. So that's annoying. I might clear this up real quick. You see, even on this world, I've got a thing going on for farming all this crap out. So that's just how you do it. It works really well, actually. The thing is, though, I'm also playing on adventure mode, or journey mode, whatever you want to call it. So that means I'm able to sit here in God mode too. So I don't necessarily have to be in this box, but this is just an idea that, anytime I'm playing in 1.4 at this point, I've got a box like this. So now the moment of truth is, can I use the pylon? Beautiful, I can. Gotta love it. Though I don't know where another, ooh, there's a life fruit there. Not that I need it, actually. Oh, you know what? That's something I also need to do on the hardcore character. I need to max out my life fruit because I'm not at 500. I'm at like 420, I think. So I'm definitely going to have to do that. All right, let's put this on over here. Let's buff up, which I'm not sure I did before, but now I am. We're going to break this and we're going to try this again. So, can I actually, I think I might be able to get to my arena from over here. Die, things. Why is there so many things in here? I don't understand. There's like a bunch of slimes or whatever. You know, that's also something I'm going to have to deal with is enemies spawning in. But that's not necessarily something that I have to worry about if I have the Plantera bulb like right next to the arena. So, that's something to keep in mind is if you want to do Plantera, especially on hardcore, it does make it quite a bit easier if you just decide, you know what? Let's just make the arena right next to where the bulb is. Because that does indeed help out quite a bit. Should I kill this little dude? I don't know if I should. And I think that the holy arrows are doing work on it, but I'm not entirely sure that it's necessary. Also,
I wonder, based on having a large arena, would it be worth it to have the Daedalus Stormbow be what I'm using against Plantera? Because, like, look at all these little dudes, right? Like, if we have a thing set up where we're able to do even more, like, AoE range damage. Crap. Okay, so I'm having an issue getting stuck here against all of these things. I don't have enough, like, AoE damage to take them out. I noticed that in the past when I've done Plantera, especially as a melee, it's been really easy because I could take all these out really quick, or even as a mage. But right now, I'm having an issue killing them. So, like, how do we make that better? Would the Daedalus Stormbow help? I don't know. I guess we could try it. So let's come over here and check out Stormbow. Cool. So let's pop one of these in here. And I guess go find another Plantera spawn. You know, I do honestly feel like if I can get a Rod of Discord, that would help out a lot with the issue we're having getting caught by the boss, even if we're not able to clear him out fast enough. So, like, that's also an option here, and something that I should consider trying to figure out how to farm out, because I don't think in any time I've ever played Terraria, I don't think I've actually sat down and farmed out a Rod of Discord. So that might actually be something that I really should consider as an option. Because, you know, playing modded, we were just dashing around all over the place with it. It was awesome. It was a lot of fun. And I think that without the Rod of Discord or an effect like it, because in modded, you know, it definitely changed. We had an item that gave us the benefit of it. Oh, there's Plantera Bolt. Yeah, I think that with having that, just... it completely changes how you move in the game in a good way, in a really good way, because it allows you to have far more options available to your movement in general. So I think that will be a worthwhile thing to pursue. Maybe I do that like on my own. Maybe I don't. We'll have to see. Another thing, you know what I'm missing that's in modded and not in here is the vein miner mod, where I could just immediately mine out an entire vein of ore by holding down a button, as opposed to having to get every individual piece. That's a nice quality of life mod, I'll tell you what. So this bow does indeed work when it comes to using the arena, which would have been something that I was super concerned with, just because of the way that the arrows fall from the sky. So let's come over here. I think that what I'm going to do is come over to the bulb. Although I may take care of this worm real quick, because that's not something I want to deal with. Let's heal up. Let's buff up. And let's head over there. So where's the boss coming from? Oh, okay. From the wrong side, but, you know, it'll work. We'll go to the shot bow for now, because... honestly, it'll work a little better because I'm not going to be able to use the storm bow anyways. Also, a blood moon is rising. I'm not sure if that's going to affect this or not. So let's bring the boss out over here. Let's actually turn off the map. I don't need that at the moment. And let's attempt to use the Daedalus storm bow without getting hit by any of these. Another thing I've done with this arena that I think maybe I'll do with the other one is using far more platforms, because they do give me, in my opinion, a little bit more flexibility with how I'm dealing with, you know, movement. Because yeah, I could use my grappling hook. Sorry, my brain is not working. I actually have a migraine right now. I'll talk about that in a minute. But they, you know, having them closer together means I don't have to use my grappling hook all the time to try to reset my flight. So I think I'm liking that a little bit better. But at this point, I feel like my damage is higher if I'm using the shot bow on the boss. Yeah, it's doing about what it was doing before. I'm just more accurate with it. So I think that this is a good weapon to start with here. And then in this phase, we switch to the storm bow. Right, so let's try that out. Let's utilize our... Trying to get away from the boss. Utilize our grappling hook to reset our wings when we need to. Yeah, the Daedalus Stormbow does seem to be doing quite a bit to these little dudes. Relatively. as much as it can be. So that's okay. But it doesn't feel like enough, right? So maybe I just make a hard turn on this boss in hardcore and not use ranger stuff. But then I'd have to farm out all the stuff in order to do melee. Ooh, it's a tough one. I'm going to have to figure that out. But I do quickly want to talk about the migraine because I've had a migraine since this afternoon. And it's not like... It's a weird one. I've had a couple migraines in my history of being alive. Not a lot. If you've ever had a migraine, you know that it is just the worst thing ever. Let's change that to noon so all of these go away because they're all off. The thing with the migraine, though, this time around is I'm not necessarily having like a huge headache, but one of my eyes is really bothering me. Like it's all like I'm having a hard time seeing out of it, and that's not great. But that happens with migraines. So yeah, this whole situation with Plantera is kind of killing me. I'm not sure. I think having a wider arena would definitely help. So I'm going to research that a bit by widening this arena and potentially checking out my own arena in the other one using one of my bulbs, with a character that I have and seeing whether or not that'll work. And then I got to figure out a better way to actually kill Plantera. Like I need better AoE. So I got to figure that out as well. I'm going to have to do a bit of research, but because of this migraine, I'm gonna have to cut the episode short, but I do have a lot of research to do, and I feel good being back into hardcore, even though I'm not doing that right now. We are gonna quickly switch over because I want to check some things out. So indeed, I have 420 health. I need 500, so I'm gonna have to go through and find a bunch of life fruit. I think that's the first thing, but I also don't want to get stuck in the jungle because the jungle's kind of a pain in the butt. So there's things with that. Also, if I could try and make the cell phone, that would also be quite good. The reason why is because going back with the magic mirror is pretty slow in comparison to the cell phone or the potion. That's something that I've definitely learned. And I'm not currently using any summons when I was just doing what I was doing, but I don't think that will help AoE wise either. Yeah, that's a tough one. To try to figure out how I can do better with AoE damage without necessarily using holy arrows, because the holy arrows are fine, but I don't think they're doing much. There's definitely a lot to look into. Also, what was it? The Inferno potion might help quite a bit too. Another thing to consider. Oh, you know what? I just considered that actually might be really good is if I use either crystal bullets or chlorophyte bullets. So that would mean I'd have to use the Mega Shark as a weapon, which is kind of, it's an upgrade on the Mini Shark. So the crystal shards create bullets that can damage enemies through walls. Okay, so no, it's a bullet that explodes into shards, and the shards can damage enemies through walls. So I'm just reading some notes on the wiki because this is important stuff to know. When using the crystal bullets with any gun that fires multiple shots per bullet consumed, such as the tactical shotgun, each individual projectile will split into shards on impact, potentially causing a great deal of secondary damage. That's another thing to consider. I could go and get one of the shotguns and see how that works, because actually there is one of them, I think it's the shadow one. I don't remember the name of it. The one that shoots like the big shadow projectile might be pretty good. So the crystal bullets create shards that blow up and kind of shotgun out, right? The chlorophyte bullets, though, are homing bullets which are capable of turning sharply midair. So that could be okay, but I don't think it would be great. Oh, you know what? The chlorophyte bullets are pretty cool. I was just looking at the little gif of it. Okay, no. I think the play is crystal bullets, which are going to require what? They're going to require crystal shards and musket balls. So you know what? I think what we're going to do is I'm going to head to the Underground Hallowed. I'm going to set up a farm. This is going to be the thing. We're going to set up a farm to get the Rod of Discord. We're going to get Crystal Bullets. And I think I'm going to switch to the Mini Shark and try that out. So that may be something I set up on the Journey Mode character and see whether or not that will even work to begin with. And then if that works, then we'll just make a hard transition to using the Mega Shark as opposed to using the bow that we're currently using. Because, I mean, our Chlorophyte shot bow is really good, but I'm having issues in that final phase. And I think that would really help